What's up, peeps? We're back again. Gonna do like a little mini continuation of my current journey through MQ and E3 and trying to get things set up and what I've learned in the last couple of days, which hasn't really been too much. It's just been kind of like fine tuning. And then um, I think one of the bigger things that I learned was setting up commands to individual bots. Let's say I did some simple stuff like setting up their food and drink and all of that. But also, I missed something. Warcrime sent me a message in game. Thank you for doing that because like I can use all the help I can get and let me know that I missed like the last step in the setup. So let me pull up. Where is the setup here? There we go. Yeah, here. So all the way at the bottom here, if you wish for MQ2Nav and a nice auto pathing download, this, download this and extract to the resources MQ2Nav folder. So I missed that, and so I'm gonna play around with that today, and then also maybe go into like the changes that I did in some of my INIs for now. I'm still obviously like super green and like trying to figure out like basically like doing tweaks and then going into an instance or whatever and seeing how it operates. I think one of the bigger things that I'm kind of like dealing with right now is I set up my healing percentages based on like level 65 stuff, and I think I need to change that because the heals for the group are like pretty low, and I don't I don't know if I necessarily like seeing my characters get super low, and I'm talking it through in my head, but on the way home from the gym today, like literally like an hour ago, basically like what I'm running into right now is um, my cleric is main healing the tank with complete heal, right? And if I have like a ton of dudes on me, if I have a ton of mobs on me, my healer, or if it's like tracking on, I've been testing in Cebalus, like doing because it's pretty fairly easy, and but I lost my healer to Trachanon because I aggroed like everything in the area. And I was thinking in the INI setups, I wonder on my Shaman if I could set Healer Kid as the tank and then have Shammy Kid basically keep my cleric topped off for those times when she gets aggro, right? So if Shammy Kid considers Healer Kid the tank, then I can group the rest of my group in its own, the important bots section of the INI. So let me go and do there. I'm just gonna dive right in because I'm working through it in my head. But let's see, config E3 bot INIs. Also, there's a um, shout out to Ray Rodriguez for letting me know there's actually an in-game config. I'll pull that up at some point and show it off. I haven't used it yet, but I'm used to this. So that is not what I wanted. I wanted my shaman. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, if I swap, oh wow, this could be a reason why my cleric was dying. It's because frickin' I had him in his heal kid, but his name is definitely Healer Kid. Whoops. Maybe that's why my healer was dying. Jesus Christ. All right, yeah. Hey, once again, I did the same thing with complete heal last video, but make sure you spell things right because if you don't, you're gonna have a bad time. So healer kid. If I put healer kid as a tank, then I can set um like I can set the chloroblasting to healer kid and have that be a priority at 70, and then the rest of the group can take the heals at like 40 or whatever. He can come in and um do that. Haven't tested it yet, but I'm assuming that these um, these indications don't necessarily mean that like my healer's tanking, but it's more like a priority for heals. So tanks receive the most the it's like I would imagine, and I'm just spitballing or whatever. It goes like tank is the highest priority, important bots, whatever you list there is the next, and then all down here is the third priority. So it kind of it'll cycle through. Anyway, we'll have to test that out and see if that works. Since I'm in my INI right now, I can go through what I've added here. So combat buffs, I put Talisman of the Puma in there for my 4 melee characters, and what I've realized or what I've noticed um, is that combat buffs, you have to put them in as combat buffs if you want them to cast during combat, right? So I was having a difficult time getting like group buffs to automate, and I kind of feel like maybe it wasn't being automated. I'm wondering if there's like a command that you type in that says like do your group buffs or whatever, and then it will cycle through all of the group buffs that are in here. So I wanted him to just auto talisman, so I put him in combat buffs, and it seems to work like a charm, provided he's not healing or whatever, or curing. So I added this in under combat buffs, so now he keeps talisman up. He won't cast it out of combat. That's what I've noticed. Is like I have to be in combat, like um, have assist me, hit, and then he'll like start firing this off. So we'll have to, we'll. All right. And then I also put in poison counters and disease counters. So disinfecting aura is it's like a single target cure. Obviously, for it's like 9999 for poison, poison, disease, disease counters. So I put that on there. I did a similar same thing on my healer kit, my cleric, because my cleric has the same thing too. It's like pure blood or whatever it's called. It does like 9999 poison, poison, disease, disease, and that's been working good so far. I did do a trial run through my first tier 4 dungeon, which was Zlandikar. Could not even come close to killing Zlandikar. So, but um, navigating my way down the tunnels and stuff like that was a really good way for me to test some of my like settings in my character files. So, for example, um, oh, I'm talking about that now because I noticed there was like I think the macro got hung up on something, but my tank got like rabies or something. It was some trivial whatever disease from I think it was on like a weapon or something or maybe a poison, but up here in the MQ text, it was spamming like tank kid needs to be cured on both of my healers, and it just kept spamming that, but my healers weren't doing it. So um, I manually hopped on one of the characters and cast it, and then from there there wasn't any issues. So it's not like completely foolproof. Things I guess might get stuck for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but you know we'll continue to test and see like how things go. I think that was it for my shaman. It was just adding the cures in, making sure that my talisman was being applied, and then cures. And now a new test here is to see if my shaman will keep my cleric topped off, which will help. Before he wasn't even healing, so that's good to know. Spelled my healer's name wrong. I don't think really anything else I changed. Like I did add this food stuff up here, so auto food on. Um, I think it was originally set to off, and then the food and drink was blank. So I did this on all my characters. I set auto food on, which they'll eat and drink whenever they get hungry. and they'll pick these foods to eat and drink. So what that means is I put in the very last slot in my last backpack um, the iron rations and the water flasks. So in one of my higher slots, I can benefit off of the stats from like this food, nut tart. I probably should be using chocolate cake. I think there's another one like an ice cream cone or something, but let's see what my stats look like if I put this up here. Yeah, little bit better stats, but so what you can do is on each of your characters, you can have like one of these in one of your higher bag slots, and then you can put your iron rations and water flasks lower. And because you won't get the stat bust if you put the food. So like if you see if I put it if I put iron rations before it in order, I lose the stats, right? So in case you didn't know, that's how food works. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I did that on all my characters. And then on my melee characters, I just added this ability to all of them. Pendant of the Cobra, which is the Cobra line neck clicky, which just puts a dot drain on them. Just a little bit of extra DPS, but um, I can, as I get more items and stuff like that, more clickies, you can stick them, in melee for, I guess, an ability that they'll cycle through as their as their melee is turned on or whatever. As far as warrior goes, there wasn't really anything else aside from the food and that clicky. Um, yeah, healer kid was the same, except for I added cures. Like I said, I added pure blood in there, and then also I did have the heal over time set here in the last video, but I didn't have who to hot, so he wasn't casting it. Now I added in here tanks, important bots, and all. I don't really have. Well, I would imagine it's kind of redundant, but whatever. I just left it in there. So now he does do his heal over time at 90. Starts his tank the complete heal at 70, and then for the rest of my character, oh my god, no wonder my cleric was freaking dying. My character's name is Healer Kid, right? Dude, was I high when I when I did this? My god. I mean, I know I wasn't, but you know what I mean. All right, so looks like I found out why my cleric was dying. Well, I guess technically, well, no, because I didn't have anything set to all heal. So my cleric just wasn't healing himself. See, we're learning things as we go. Gotta be careful with your freaking names, and gotta make sure that you have the right gem selected and the right spelling of this stuff. But it works pretty good. Like if without aside from user error, I'll just say that. So anyway, so now my healer does celestial healing at 90, group heal. So I guess you can set here. It's normally set to 3. You can set it now if any 3 characters simultaneously in my party are below 50, dumps Word of Vigor. And you know what? This wouldn't have worked either. Man, no wonder Trackanon was spanking me the other day. Can anybody see what I did wrong here? I'll give you 5 seconds. Yeah, I don't have the gem slot listed. I'm hasty. So gem slot 4. See, this is I love this. I love doing this stuff. Like I do a lot of um I mean I'm not like a supreme developer by any means, but um I do write macros and scripts and stuff like that. And I love you get like the core of it there, and then you run it a few times and you see what's going on. And I'm talking about work. This is work talk or whatever, but something doesn't work, and then you figure out how to fix it, and then something else doesn't work and you figure out how to fix that or whatever, and it's like almost like teaching a child how to walk, but it's like your child. And then once he starts walking, you're like, oh, oh. And then you give your child to somebody else to use. And you're like, oh, treat him well. Anyway, so I think my healer kit is set up now. I think he should be, or she should be doing things correctly. But yeah, I just added cure, changed this stuff around a bit. My bard, I think, is my bigger, uh, the character that I made the most updates to. Yeah, stab kit is just black stab still, but I also added the pendant of the cobra, like I said. Bard kid, or song kid, don't even know my characters' names. Gave him, pendant of the cobra, but I was trying to figure out. I had I had main melody and oops. I had main melody and AE slow melody because that was what was on the um, example INI file, and it had these if statements. And also, I'm gonna at some point once I get a handle on the basics or whatever, I'm gonna find the actual like syntax or like a list of E3, yeah, um, not commands, but basically like what does spawn count mean? Or I want a list of all of those things, right? Because I want to see if I can build my own if statements, see if I can make my characters do some wacky things. Um, Obviously, right now I don't think I'm high enough level to need it a whole bunch. I mean, I did get spanked in tier 4, so maybe it's getting to be that time where it's like, okay, um, yeah, I can't even imagine what the if statements would be or what the situation would be. But that's the beauty of this is you run into a situation, you get spanked by it, and you're like, okay, how can I get these guys to do something a little bit different or whatever. Um, so I had these if statements, but my bard was just playing my main melody, right? And all of the time. When I was fighting multiple things, like yeah, he would he would cast his AoE slow. Like I think it was more than one target he would do this, but then outside of that, he was just playing main 100% of the time. I couldn't figure out, like I didn't want him doing his rotation forever, right? So I found the command. Let me get out of here where there's like less shiz going on. So let's go over here. Okay, I got all my buds over here. What's up, buds? Some kids, I should say. Um, and so the command is slash play melody and then space, whatever the melody name is. So main. So you can see here, I have 3 of them set up now. I have invis, which corresponds to Shori's sonorous clouding, and this is something that I was testing out inside of Dragon Acropolis when I was in there, because like the oozes in the tunnel. In fact, all of the mobs in the tunnel don't see through invis. However, there's a shit ton of traps in there, so that kind of that kind of made it a little bit difficult. But I'm like, dude, they're light blue. I'm not really hardly getting any experience. I just want to run down to Zlandikar, see if I can kill him. But I could not get my bard to frickin' invis me. I would hit the invis song and he would immediately go back to this melody. So to get around that, you can swap the melody as they're doing manually, and you can either have them do the ifs, but I have it set now. So yeah, I don't even need. Also, I learned this is definitely like an escape character or like a comment out. So I don't even need um, lost my train of thought. I can manually command what I want him to be playing. So as you can see, I have Bard main, like, okay, play melody main. So he's doing his main stuff. You can see these are the three buffs that I have for main. However, if I want cellos, you click on that button. If you look at twisting song, cello song of travel, right? Or Bard and Viz, I click this. That's Shori's. Um, oops. Let's do that again. Bard and Viz. Wait, let me see. Okay, yeah, now it's running. I don't know why it said. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So start melody and Viz, and now he has the invis going. So as I'm going through the dungeon and stuff like that, and obviously I have my characters just sticking to me, so we're kind of like, slumming it through. I'm like, okay, I want to invis past this pack. I can click Bard invis. Invises up my party. I run through. We engage some mobs or whatever. I can hit Bard main or whatever, which is just, play melody main. My Bard goes back to playing his main twist rotation or whatever. So very cool. That was it took me a little bit of figuring out, and honestly, it was just figuring out what the commands were. It's like I'm Googling it, and I haven't found the repository yet to like or like if there's just like a list of like every commands um the help, like this getting started thing. um so there's like slash commands here, but oh yeah, this is actually where I found it. Lol. I make things really difficult on me, and as you can see with my previous video missing the mesh files, like I miss things. So but anyway, I went to, I was like, Google EQ or MQ E3 command list, like twisting songs, like, and it was, lo and behold, it was right in front of me the whole time. So very cool for my bard. Um, that was basically it. I just got him set up on a few different melodies. These two are the same. Um, but yeah. And then, last but not least, where am I? Last but not least, we have my monk. And I really just did a quick thing on him. Once again, yeah, I added Pen into the Cobra, and I did something not INI related, and that was I made another um, button on my tank slash E3 BCT. So that is, I want this command here, E3 BCT, is I want Kid Business to type this out in chat or whatever, right? And that is slash use item Abashi. So now from my tank, um, I can have my monk dispel using his staff whatever target we're fighting. And I did get I got a fabled Tolopumge in my most recent Sebulus run, and I could not kill him. And this is something else that I'm gonna have to try to figure out. But because he's an enchanter, so he had haste and stuff on him, and he was spanking me with the haste. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to. So figured out how to make this button. Monk dispelled him up or whatever. It was great. Still got smashed by him. He mezzes, so he mezzed my cleric, and I went squeesh. I went squeesh. There's so much to learn, and there's so much to do, and I'm super hype. Once again, that Tulipumja thing, that getting mezzed, it's just another problem to solve, man. It's just another, like, how do I set my characters up to know dispel? And I know that there's commands that's like check for, so you can check for particular buffs or debuffs. And so it's like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this yet, or can set up a thing that like in my mind checks for that mez. I don't know on what character, maybe on my monk, can set up a check for on all my party members, see if somebody's mezzed, and then have him use his staff on him to dispel, or if there's another way to remove a dispel, something like that. But plenty of things to learn, and that is exciting. The server's very cool, and like programming the characters and doing this or whatever is super fun, man. It's gonna be one puzzle after another, and it's moments and it's times like these in video games where you go into a video game and you have no idea what to expect and you're new and fresh and things are like, oh my God, what the heck? It's like that's how I feel right now. It's like, oh my God, I know nothing and it's epic. Um, so yeah, I think that's basically all of like the quick updates for, and when I say quick, I mean, yeah, I've been talking for 30 minutes now, damn. So I'm gonna get into EQNav. Let me go back to this thing here. So I got it set up and I got it loaded. Go to getting started here, download this zip, right? And then inside the zip, you're gonna have a folder called Lazarus Navmesh main. You want to take the contents of that folder, this stuff, and you want to copy it into the resources folder and MQ2Nav. You want to paste them in here just like I got them in here. Okay. Once again, I'm going in totally blind. I have no idea what MQ2Nav is or does or whatever. So um, I know when I talked to Warcrime, he said that like you can target a mob in the zone and then navigate to it. So let's try that. I think to load up MQ2Nav, how do you open it up? Oh, okay, it's nav UI. Okay, /nav UI. So, in plane of knowledge, reload. Let's see. Okay, successfully loaded mesh for plane of knowledge. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. There was a way that I opened up. Yeah, okay, so if you look at mesh generator, uh, and I'm just gonna like hypothesize what I'm looking at here. Find output. I want to just open it up. Okay. Open zone. So let's see, I'm in here. Plane of. Am I stupid? What zone am I in? Screw it. Let's look at. All right. Well, anyway, I loaded this up before, not today, but like when I was messing around, or like when I first got onto EQMite, and you can see it renders like a three-dimensional grid of like the zone, and then when you overlay the mesh onto it, my understanding, or at least what I'm assuming or hypothesizing, is that like the mesh is the collidable ground or something in the zone or whatever, and so it builds this like three-dimensional map that can then be read by the MQ2 nav tools in your characters, and it will then be able to like try like know where at in this space you are. And if you say like go to this mob over here, it'll take the XYZ coordinates of the mob, and then it will like path along the mesh, which is the collidable ground, and run its and then like use some sort of algorithm or use some sort of like to take the path to that thing or whatever. I'm just hypothesizing, but let's frickin' see how it works. And I'm not sure if I need to load it up on. Oh God, let's go to my bread and butter. Let's go to Ceballos. Or let's oh, you know what? Okay. Aurora can't see me. Where's my invis? Oh, there it is. Oh God, do I have Shori's Sonora's clouding too? Where is that? Oh, my Bard is still twisting that. So I'll go back to Bard main. Change your melody, bro. Tune your whistle. There we go. I'm like, uh-oh, the server's crashing. It's like, no, Chris, you're just invis. How about don't be invis? It's EQ 101. All right, so we're going to Seb. Successfully loaded. Okay, how about nav mesh loaded? Does that mean it's loaded? Let's look on song nav UI. Oh shit, it's right here. Okay. Nav mesh loaded. Okay, so maybe I don't need to. Maybe I don't need to do anything. Maybe it's. I mean, yeah, MQ2 advanced path. Okay. So. Oh, hey, hotshots. Yeah, I really enjoy your YouTube videos. Thank you for making them. They have helped so much with EQ Might. Hey, dude, my pleasure. Dude, I love that. I love when people message me. But yeah, shout out to you, hotshots. Thanks for enjoying, and hope you're having a good time. There's more to come, and especially like sharing what I'm learning now with all of this like automation stuff is dope. Super dope. Okay, so I'm on my screen over here looking at where is it shit? Damn it, I just had oh yeah, here we go. MQ2Nav commands. Navigate to the spawn with the specified ID. Navigate to the specified X, Y, Z. So I'm okay. Let me what? Yeah, let me look on the other screen. Okay, this is just the Google search or whatever. So navigate is the main command. Key commands include /nav target. Oops. So I wonder. Let's say I do slash. So what I want to, okay, let me think here. So I want to do /E3BCAA, which is all of my tunes, /target track. So that target's tracking on. Let me just make sure it targeted on all, yeah. So all my characters now have tracking on tracked. And if I do /nav target, slash nav stop. So that was really cool. I don't want to die just yet. I want to do that again without like a bunch of mobs in the area. Also, are all of my tunes with me? Yeah, they are. Uh-oh, my cleric's getting a beat down. That was freaking cool, dude. I'm gonna just say that. Alright, my healers are healing themselves, thank God. Trying to get ag. My shaman's getting wrecked. Mayhem blade. Shaman's still getting wrecked. Yeah, I really enjoy the fact that I can set my my team to like assist me on something, and then I can swap on my tank over to something else. I mean, I know that's just baseline, but Mule Assist didn't do that, and I like the control that I've been able to have more with E3. Obviously, it's more like robust and whatever, but um, very cool. So I'm gonna have to make some buttons for like EQ-Nav, and also I want to. I just thought of something really cool. Okay. Okay. I just I need to try this. I need to try this. Okay, I'm going back. Follow me all. I just thought of something freaking. Okay. I want to see if I can just automate my group to do everything. Okay. So, but that means that I'm gonna need to do EQ. Okay, so I need to do my tank a little bit. Da, 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 da. Don't care about that shiz. Let's see. Is there a taunt? Smart taunt on. Okay, I want to look up. Hey, 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 get off me. All right, this is gonna be cool. I want to see if I can get my dudes to, from the start, run to Trakenon and kill him. All right, that's my goal. I want to, however, go into the EQ might. I want to look up. Oh yeah, and also, yeah, I spoke to. I mentioned this to Warcrime, but I'm gonna probably put my character INIs up once I, just because they're level 55 and they're kind of simple. I mean, all of there's a lot of stuff that I don't know if I need to keep. Like this is my warrior. Do I need auto med? Like hell no. But we'll figure that out. But yeah, I'm planning on putting my INIs up on the Discord. Ah, my warrior just took a drink from the water flask, dude. Who even needs to? I love EQ so much. I'm not even gonna play it. I'm just gonna let it run in the background. All right. So this is War Crimes warrior thing, and really what I'm looking for is how do I get him to melee stick point front. See, there's a valuable little piece that I probably would have missed. Stick point front. This is so cool. This is so freaking cool. Okay. Delayed strafe enabled. Let me just pull it up. Also, I realized too, like, um, the last video, because I have my 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 webcam going and I'm like down in the lower left. I had like some of the INI files like this, and I was like, oh shit, like people can't see them. So I'm trying to be cognizant of that fact. All right, so let's see here. Auto forage, blah blah blah. Auto run out. Okay. Assist type melee, melee. Front, taunt, on, I guess. Delayed strafe enabled. Max melee 100, yeah. Auto assist engage percent 98. Command on assist, nothing. Buffs. Okay, that's a lot of buffs that I don't have. Melee abilities. Good God, dude. See, this is the shit that I want to do. I want to learn how to do this. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is search. Okay, let me download this INI so I can like search it. Yeah, I want to download this unverified file, please. I need it, dude. I need it. Oh shit, what did I just downloads? Oh yeah. All right. So no, that's not what I. Okay, so melee ability. So this is where. Okay, let's see what lost aggro is. Percent aggro is less than, and select me target of target class. I don't know. I mean, this is super straightforward. This is less straightforward. Select. Okay, so this is like me target of target class. Oh, okay, so it's saying what I'm targeting, what it's targeting. If it's not a warrior paladin or shadow knight, then I want to consider it being lost. So this is for if he has multiple tanks. Okay, I think I got it. So it's but yeah, so yeah, you just have got to read it from like the inside out apparently. So me, the target of my target, if the class is not, yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. But so basically, if it's a non-tank who has aggro, then yeah, me, I just kind of want to do this. Holy crap. Okay, this is gonna get fun. And so, um, man, these are so cool. So let's go back up here. Let's read one at a time. PBAE range. Okay. So if on my extended target there's more than 3 and my target, yes, spawn. I'm not sure what this is. So if extended target has more than 3 entries on it, And I guess if they are less than 25 whatever units, then return a 1. If not, then return a 0. Or wait. Yeah, yeah, that's an if statement. Okay. So yeah, if it's and if we are not in Dreadspire and the void a so it's that is okay. So it's checking to make sure that like okay, if there's more than 3 targets on the extended target window, and I don't know if this filters through all of the targets, but basically saying I wonder if it loops through the target. I don't know, but checks to make sure they're actually within distance. So like this would be it. So it has to fulfill these 3 criteria. If it's not in this area, if the targets are within 25 feet of me, 25 whatevers, it'll return a 1, and then which is yes, and then if there's more than 3 targets. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. So you don't just fire your PB AoE if like you have one dude and then there's like 10 mobs over here. Okay, that makes sense. I want to make sure I'm not dying in the background here. Cool. All right, let's see. I guess I want to like screw it, dude. I'm gonna take this. Where are my ifs? I'm gonna put these up here where I'm actually working with them. PBAU range, and you know what? I'm gonna frickin' take the Lost Aggro one too. I don't have Paladin, Warrior, or Shadow Knight, so do Lost Aggro there. This is cool. So yeah, you can set these variables to like these if conditions, and then you can use them up here. That is cool. Okay. This is so cool too. Look, you can ifs are basically just setting variables. That's cool. All right. So I only have really 3 things here for so it's going to be melee abilities, and then this is I'm gonna have that be that mayhem blade. Provoke. And then, what was the other one? Oh yeah, it's this little item here. Trinket of Garudon. Trinket of Garudon. And you know what? I actually freaking think I have a better, not Myrmidon's Aura, but, oh, Berate is, oh no. Wait, Provoke is the level 21. Yeah, let's use Bellow. I think Bellow is, I don't know why that's, haven't updated my Discipline Taunt. So we'll do bellow. Okay, now how do I set it? I think I removed the like the auto. Let me see. Let's see if I put auto assist engage percent at 100. Let's save. Yeah, you can take a beating for a second there. I don't care. How do I? How do I set it so that my tank just runs on his own? Or like engages? Let's go to the, yeah, let's go to the, whoops. Nope, clicking the wrong things. All right, let's go slash commands. Is box type defines what bot's character effective. Okay, you know what? You're loud and annoying. Yeah, see, my character's... It's like not... Alright. I want my warrior to act like... Sorry, this is gonna... I want to... Yeah, where... Is it just... I see, so slash E3 is just allow manual, which means I guess I can... Slash E3 start? Oh no. Okay. Let me pause the vid real quick and see if I can find the right commands. But I feel like I'm getting close. Okay, we're back, and after ooh, let me move this straw. Mm. After looking into it, I think I think fully automating is probably not going to work. Um, it appears like it's outside of my realm of understanding, but like auto assist is not a thing right now. Or if somebody knows how to do this, let me know. I think it would be kind of fun to mess around with. But it looks like E3, or at least from what I can see on the Discord, E3 is like you have a driver and then your bots that all run. So, um, yeah, I have added these settings into my warrior. So Mayhem Blade, PBAE is greater than 3, and if they're, if I've lost aggro on them, I think that's how that works. But and then if I lose aggro on other things, I'm not sure how it's gonna work. But as far as me like navving to Trachanon and having them stop and kill stuff along the way, I don't it, I don't think I can get it to work at the moment, or at least with my understanding. It seems like auto assist isn't really a thing. I had tried to get it to work, but I don't know how to get my warrior to if something pops up on the extended target, I don't know how to get him to like auto attack it without calling the assist, because I think slash assist me is what actually you know runs the macro. So if my warrior's macro isn't running, uh, I don't know how to get him to automatically start it. So like how do I get him to do slash assist me automatically? How do I get him to like auto target something that he isn't already targeting, and then get him to do that? Yeah, not sure. So anyway, that I spent I spent probably 20 minutes looking through the forums and or the Discord and stuff. But if anybody has any ideas, my goal, or my what I wanted to try to do was target Trachanon, have everybody navigate to him, and then kill everything along the way. Kill Trachanon. So I think what I'll do for now is I have added this little like little cube of not cube, but rectangle of buttons. So I have some socials set up to do the EQ nav stuff. So if I do slash target track, just tracking on this command. Oh, there's no. Okay, so percentage %T does not do what I think it is. Back in my day, percentage %T would put the name of the. So I bet there's. How do I do this? Let's see, I'm in here. Target, my target. Um, let's see if. Yeah, I was on Reddit too, trying to find this stuff. Where am I? Let me go to one of my other tabs here. Yeah, see, I was trying this. Like, it looks like there's a general auto assist thing with MacroQuest, but it wasn't working for me. Um, there we go, slash commands. Um, hmm. Do I just have to put slash target target? What's the command for my target. Is it just /assist? Nope. /target. My target? No, that wouldn't work because those dudes aren't targeting anything. MQ2E3 commands target my target. Come on, pull up something. /assist tank kit. Hey, there we go. Okay, so if I get them to target my target by doing /target tank kid, and then if we nav to the target. Oh god, they're all trying to open it. Like, I'll get here, but then I have to stop. Yeah, also, I think the tank INI settings or whatever that I'm putting in there maybe isn't working quite yet, or isn't working how I anticipated it to. Oh, maybe it's because I... Oh no, I bellowed. Okay, so, oh, okay, nice. So it is actually, it is doing it. So I am like auto-taunting and stuff. Fascinating. We're working with it. We're working with it. It appears though that I think my heal settings are working a little bit better. Just need to work on, keeping my aggro good. See, I'm gonna go to tracking on and kill him and then finish up the vid because it's been a pretty long one, but I think I did some experimenting, did some like trying out some new stuff again, and there's obviously more to explore, but I see now what like the MQ2Nav stuff is. It like, yeah, it does what it basically maps using all of like the collidable surfaces to set a path that your characters follow. It's pretty cool. But it'll definitely help. In some, it'll help somehow. I'll have to like get an understanding of like when this is used or like where it's used, because like okay, so I target. All right, well now that we don't have all of this clutter and stuff, let's go back to the beginning and just see what's cracking. Come on, y'all. All right, so slash targ track. So all target tracking on. Navigate to the target. So yeah, okay. So that's so cool. It maps it. Obviously, I'm gonna stop him here because I don't want to like just go in and engage. So nav stop. All right, let's see now. What's the command to navigate to me? EQ nav. What? MQ EQ nav commands. So if I target myself, oh my God, my cleric! Look at that, he's running around. Oh God, they're going past me. All right, how about navigate to this target? Nav target. Oh, they're trying to. Let's see what their path looks like. Interesting. Where are all? They're all like chilling here. Maybe they can't get up. Nav stop. Okay. Nav target. Could not find. Oh, they can't find a path. That's what's going on now. Okay. Yeah, they're off the beaten path, which is okay. I mean, this is probably one of the worst areas to get like to do the testing of the pathing and stuff like that, because yeah, look at that nonsense. They're like tripping. I want my party. God, I wonder when I'm not, I like my epics. I like my epics, but I'm wondering when I get some freaking delicious weapon upgrades. I have been doing like a little bit of the solo things because, like, I thought it seems like they have good upgrades and stuff. Okay, navigate to me. Can you guys nav here at least? Oh, maybe it's because I have follow on. All right, they're just trapping. Okay, follow me. Come on, guys. I feel like I'm missing someone. No, I'm not. All right, slash target track. This seems pretty good though. Probably should have like I'll target this guy, navigate to him. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, I can have them just all right, we'll have to play around with it more and see, because it gives a nice level of control that maybe I don't need to necessarily have them following me all the time. Um, cool. But yeah, I'd say it's been a pretty decent test run. Tolapumja is not fabled. That guy wrecked me. Oh god, they're stuck on that rock there. Come on. They're like ducking. That's funny. And I guess too, I could set these hotkeys to be like just my melee dudes. What is this? Poisoned wind sensor. So I'd be like, all target, nav to target. Can't see anything, but yeah, you can see up here. Tank Kids needs a cure. Disinfecting aura. I wish I could see, but that's okay. Healer kid needs a cure. Kid business needs a cure. Yeah, that is easy. Song kid needs a cure. Everybody's getting nice and cleansed of their poison breath. There we go. That's good. So, nice. Well, I don't wanna like keep this dragging on, but learned a little bit in the last couple of days. Not a whole lot, but please, anybody, if you guys got tips, tricks. Oh, I left this to the end, but I think it's E3 config. If you type /E3 config, I haven't played with this yet. It actually loads up your INI file in like a nice UI. So you can see these are all of the abilities that I have set. Pretty freaking cool. Trinket, Gordon, Bellow, Mayhem Blade. So wow, yeah, it looks like this will be in the next one. I'm just used to looking at the INI files, so looks like this gives you a good like wow, okay. Let's look into this real quick. Um, let's look at maybe you know what? Let's loot first. Loot above everything else. What is that? Mana robe? That is. I remember the sickest trader on my server back in the day wore a mana robe, but looking at those stats, that is disappointing to say the least. What is this? Rain of Poison. Okay. But yeah, the head trader Malden Lannisterville. He always wore a mana robe. I was like, dude, this guy is freaking insane. got one. I forget who needs tokens, but someone needs tokens. And it's not my warrior, but what is this shit? Cobalt ore, rhenium ore. God, I bet there's like uses for that stuff, and I'm just leaving them behind. All right, let me get the token before it disappears. He already has one. Does Healer Kid have one? Hello? Oh. Healer Kid does have one. What about Kid Business? Am I gonna be able to turn these in soon? Stab Kid, you surely don't have one. Everybody does have one. All right, let's do this. Tank Kid is gonna go back. Are the jugs up? Oh, they are. Okay. Oh, whatever. I can let one rot. I need to figure out how to get everybody to Origin 2. I think. Maybe it's use / cast Origin. I wonder if there's like an ability number. Alright, let's get these guys back. And then oh, this is so cool. It like displays. Wow, okay. So it kind of makes it nice and pretty. Lost aggro shows your if statements. Automed alert dispel life support. So if I look at like assist settings, there's nothing in there. Oh. Oh. Front. Those are kind of lackluster. Let's look at my bard. Or let's look at my healer. So /E3 config. Okay, so just this up here lists. Oh, and you can cycle through stuff pretty quick. Auto food true. Food, iron ration, water flask. Let's look at cures. Cure all, radiant. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. So what happens if I want to add? How do I add? Oh, right click. All right, let's do like a. Okay, let's see. Curse counters. Right click, add spell. Heals, cure. Just say, okay, we'll just say remove Raider Curse. Add. Okay, so it has remove Greater Curse in there. Save. Now let's view text. And if I look at my cure section, remove Greater Curse. So it didn't put the gem in there. Oh, there's a, so, okay, so within the entry, minimum sickness before cast, use only for cures. Huh, okay. Oh, so it gives you all of the conditions and stuff like that. So you don't have to like guess. So I don't need a list of, commands and stuff. It has it all in here. So for example, I go to the spell gem condition and I would put 8 or whatever here. So let's just do for shits and gigs. I'll get rid of this, I guess I don't need to put RGC there. Then in the editor, spell gem 5, save. Now if I view the text, yeah, it sticks it in there for you. So if you don't know the syntax or if you don't want to, I mean, that's pretty cool. Very cool. Man, I'm having a good time. So, but anyway, that was fun. Thanks all for watching, and more to come. Still learning, obviously, and yeah, tips, tricks, totally welcome. So please send them my way. But yeah, appreciate you all. Till next time. Peace out.